Assalamu alaikum to all of my students. Hope you all are fine. Today I am going to discuss the concept of movement along the demand curve. As in previous lecture, I had discussed the other factors, impact of other factors upon quantity demand. Means what will happen to quantity demand if other factors will change. Now we will discuss the movement along the demand curve. Movement along the demand curve. Demand curve. There are two concepts under the movement along the demand curve. Extension of demand, yes. Extension of demand. Second one, contraction. Contraction of demand. What we call extension and contraction demand. Basically, in economics, there's a one unit based on concept of elasticity. 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 Elastic. Elastic. Means it has a characteristic. You can understand with example of rubber band. Rubber band. As rubber band has the characteristics just like this. Means it contract and expands. This we call contract, this we call expand. Contract and expand. Means when in economics we use contract, means decrease in quantity demand. Means this returns back to its original position and return back. But when we call expand, that means this expands. This increases in length. This decrease in length. This is decrease in length. It returns to original position. But this shows us expansion. That is the these concepts. Extension means increase in quantity demand. Contraction in demand means decrease in quantity demand. Now I will take the concept. First one. First I will write down movement along what we call movement along the demand curve. Movement along the demand curve refers to movement along the demand curve. Demand curve refers to change in quantity demanded in response to change in its own price. Other things remains unchanged. Now first one, extension of demand. Extension and demand. What we call extension in demand. Extension in demand. Extension in demand refers to fall in price leads to increase in quantity demanded. Lead to increase in quantity demand. Other things are kept constant. Other things remains constant. other things remain as constant. As yesterday I discussed what we call other things, why these remain constant, what is the impact of our quantity demanded. Now, every time you should remember, we draw the schedule based on this statement. As I will draw, this is schedule, this is price, this is quantity demanded. Price of ice cream, for example. Price of ice cream. Here I write fall in price and increase in quantity demand leads to increase in quantity demand. Fall in price, that means if price is 5, it falls to 1. Means 4 units fall in price. 4 units fall in price. You can take any value, but you have to keep in mind fall in price. For if you take value 20, fall in price, then it should be 15. Similarly, here is increase in quantity demand. If you take for any value 30, increase in quantity, that means 35. As per the statement, you have to draw the schedule. Now, here is increase in quantity demand. If price falls, definitely there is inverse to, as we have read, there is inverse to the price and quantity demanded. Here should be, if this is 1, this is 5. This shows 5, yes, this shows 4 units increase in quantity demand. Means yes, fall in price 4 units leads to increase in quantity demand of 4 units. Now, I will show this with the help of graphical representation, just like this. This is y, x. Here I will write price. Here I will write quantity demand. Price here is 1, quantity is 4, yes, price is 1, 5, quantity will be 1, 5. Now, as per the schedule, I have to join this. Here, at price 5, quantity demand is 1. Means price of 1 cup of ice cream is demanded. Means at 5, we have to join it with 1. Add 5 just with 1. Similarly, with 1 with 5. 1 with 5. Now I will join the points. This we call extension in demand. Means from point A to point B. This we call extension in demand, increasing quantity demand. As this shows us, fall in price from 5 to 1 leads to increase in quantity demand. Means 5 to 1, 4 into fall in quantity leads to increase in 4 into 1 to 5. Means fall in price leads to increase in quantity demanded. If you had, yes, read the lecture 1, lecture 2, yes, lecture 2, I have briefly discussed how to calculate the slope, how we measure the slope on demand, slope of demand curve. That's why I am showing this 5 into 5 to 4, 1 unit fall in 4 units leads to increase in 1 to 5. Now, second one, contraction in demand. Contraction in demand. Second one, contraction in demand. What we call contraction in demand. Other things being equal, unchanged. Yes. Increase in price leads to fall in quantity demanded. Uh, yes, quantity demand. Other thing is being unchanged. Yes, increase in price leads to fall in quantity demanded. Now I will draw the schedule. Here is price of ice cream. Price of ice cream. As here we write increase in price. Price increase from 1 to 5 means 4 units increase in price. Leads to fall in quantity demanded. This shows us increase in quantity demanded leads to fall in 4 units fall in quantity demand. Now quantity demand. Now I will draw the schedule as per the given information. Here I write price. I will write price. Here I will write quantity demand. Quantity demand. Price will be 1, 5. Yes. Quantity demand will be 1, 5 x. Now, as per the schedule, I have to join them. Add price 1 unit of price of ice cream, 0.5 units of quantity demand. Add price 1, 5 units of quantity demand, 5 units of ice cream is demanded. Similarly, add 5, 1 unit is demand. Add 5, 1 unit is demand. Now, I will draw the demand curve. DD. This is the demand curve. This we call contraction in demand. Means from A to B. This we call contraction in demand. As price falls from 1 to 5. Yes, the price increase from 1 to 5. Price increase from 1. I will write another. Price increase from 1 to 5 above. Quantity demand follows 5 to 1. Quantity demand follows. Return back. Means when increase in price 1 to 5, 4 units increase in price leads to fall in 5 to 1 unit quantity demand. And 4 units price increase to 4 units leads to decline 4 units in quantity demand. This we call contraction of demand. You can write down construction as I showed in previous lecture. You have to write down on x-axis. I will not write here. On x-axis, we write quantity demand. On y-axis, we write price. And when price is when price increase from 1 to 5 leads to decline in quantity 1 to 5 to 4. You can write down the construction. And in class 12, definitely we have to write down the construction. That is what I am telling you. Without construction, it is not complete. Means I will first in economics you have to write down statement. Second, you are write down the if there is equation you can write down equation. Third, you have to write down schedule. Fourth, you have to write down graph. Fifth one, you have to write an explanation of graph. These concepts you have to follow in economics. If you have a question of six marks, definitely you have to write down these. First, you have to write down statement, what we call demand, what we call demand. इसकी equation, dx is a function of price. इसके बाद इसका schedule. Schedule, on the basis of schedule, you have to draw the graph. On the basis of graph, you have to give the explanation of the graph. When you complete these 5 steps, then your question is complete. I think it is enough for today. Now, in coming lecture, there is another concept, shift of demand curve, that I will take in next lecture. Till that time, you have to wait and watch. I'll be return back very soon. Hope for the best. Take care.